friend of mine.
A woman?
Yes. But it's not what you think.
Your mother?
She likes to think so.
Bob nods at something up ahead.
What's that down there?
Camille spots a fissure in the ground.
That's a sinkhole. There are a few around here. Just for the record, I wasn't great for my...
An attack plane opens fire and shreds the ceiling of the DC-3. The attacker barrels off into the sky as Bond struggles with the DC's controls. The pilot says target terminated. A helicopter joins the action and the pilot says confirm the kill. The attack plane banks right as Bond pilots the bulky DC between rocky peaks and into an actual valley. He throws a couple of levers in the cockpit and the DC's landing gear drops. Bond attempts a landing in the rough and hits hard. Bond grips the altitude control and the plane lifts back up off the ground. The attack plane swerves into position behind the DC, which lists against the angle of the mountain. Bond keeps the cargo plane on a wide banking curve along the mountainside. Camille removes her headset, then gets out of her seat and clambers along the body of the DC in her revealing black dress.
I think we lost him.
The pilot says, Condor, this is Marchetti. Target is still airborne, heading 300 degrees, 10 kilometers south of Galera.
He's coming fast.
Bond's face is determined. The attack plane moves in close and fires off more rounds. The DC is hit, and black smoke pours from a damaged engine. Camille struggles along the floor as bullets slice through the DC's fuselage. Bond sneers faintly as he grips the wheel and forces the DC round a jagged outcrop. The attack plane's bullets perforate the roof of the DC, leaving thin shafts of light trailing through the bullet holes. The attack plane powers into a steep climb and loops the loop. The attack plane descends through the black smoke belching from the DC's portside engine. Bond pulls a lever in the cockpit, and more thick black smoke billows out of the damaged engine, obscuring the view from the windscreen of the attack plane completely. Bond puts the DC into a shallow climb and slows. The attack plane appears through the smoke beneath the DC. Bond descends sharply, then banks with the twisting canyon walls. The goateed pilot of the attack plane glances at his instruments anxiously. As Bond banks left, the attack plane is flung from the DC slipstream and smashes into the canyon wall. A fireball rips through the sky as the attacker explodes. Alarm lights flash on the DC's control panel. He throws a packed parachute back to Camille, then spots the flashing indicator marked generator failure. Camille dons the parachute and forces the plane's hatch open. As Camille lingers by the open hatch at the back of the plane, Bond fishes around behind the pilot's seat for another parachute. Looking up late, he struggles to clear the brow of a hill. The helicopter appears on the far side of the hill and opens fire, shattering the DC's windscreen and sending the craft into a steep climb that Bond can't arrest. A cargo crate breaks loose and tumbles towards Camille. Bond desperately batters the malfunctioning control panel. As the DC climbs higher, it slows, and the damaged engine stops and the plane stalls. Bond drops through the vertical cargo bay and grabs Camille, forcing her through the hatch. They skydive away from the doomed DC. Bond, who has no parachute, loses his grip on Camille. Their faces ripple and distort as Bond regains a hold on Camille. The DC plunges into the mountainside above them and explodes. They plummet through a sinkhole. The chute opens and blossoms just moments before they hit the ground. In London.